Welcome to Boxing Media Hub, and you are with Joel Ender. And yes, the boy is back. We've got Sam with us. Bear with us because Ender is live in McDonald's. There are other burger places available. We are going for fighters to watch in 2024. We're sponsored by Falcon Contracting and Global Solutions. Welcome, Sam. It's been a while. Yeah, do you want to kick us off, mate? I know there's some fighters that you've got a real interest in coming up in this new year. So give us what you got, boy.
What fighters, like, should I say, prospects or
You go for it.
Sam Noakes? We'll start with Sam Noakes then.
Okay, cool.
I think he's currently got the WBC silver, and then he's got Commonwealth as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got a big 2024 ahead of him. He's got a chance to really sort of push on and get up there.
Yeah, and he'll be looking to fight like Gavin Gwynn, the Mark Chamberlains, try getting into those big fights. I do believe he's got a British title eliminator against Lewis Slavetsa on the Williams Shiraz card that should be announced soon.
Yeah, it's a good card. Cool.
But yes, Sam's really good. I think he's. Now I'm putting myself on the spot. Now I'm thinking of I think he's 12-12. I mean, 12 wins with 12 knockouts. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
He's an absolute monster.
So big times ahead for him. As I say, Gavin Gwynn, that'll be a cracking fight if he can land that one as well. And yeah, there's a lot of guys, sort of prospects. It's a big year, isn't it, for a lot of these people that have got to where they wanted to be in 2023, and now they're pushing on for those titles in 2024. There's a lot in the women's division as well. We'll start like with the likes of Raven Chapman. She's got a real opportunity to push on this year. There's a cracking fight, isn't
Harris,
there?
Arkenstall, is it?
Yeah. Ebony Jones versus Stevie Levy. That's a cracking fight. Really looking forward to that one.
I mean, that's on a Friday night, so
yeah,
that'd be a good one. And then you've got Thomas Asimba on that card as well.
There's honestly some quality fights coming up. But
another one who's coming up, Royston Barney Smith's coming up as well.
Yeah, another lad he had a really good year last year. As I say, there's some quality guys, but when we almost look to the stars, Sam, who are the guys that this year do you kind of look at that ended the year well last year? Who
Jaya Pataya.
You said it, Sam, rather than me.
Did Sam just steal your thunder?
Not at all.
He did so. Joel knows Jaya Pataya to Jam, Sam. You got your guys. Don't hit Jai from Joel. It's all he has.
But Russ has jumped in. Good evening and Happy New Year from Russ. Ash Lane in the chat. Hello, lads. Nice to see young Sam on the show. And Jam, I'm looking forward to Moses Atoma, to be honest, lads. Yeah, it got a massive year ahead of him. I know he's one of these boxers that wants to get out 5 or 6 times during the year, isn't he? Russ is saying, is Ender underwater? No, he's just about to be under McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
Oh dear. So yeah, for me, there's some cracking there's some cracking people coming up, isn't there? We look at the likes of Joseph Parker ended the year really well, Sam. I think he's going to have a massive 2024 when you look at the likes of, you know, who's out there now, where he's potentially put himself again.
I know we shouldn't make predictions, but in my opinion, Jai...
Oh, no, here he goes. Go on, mate.
He's just levels above everyone in that division pretty much, isn't he?
Who's that?
Jai Pataya.
For me, the fight I would like to see this year is Optaya versus Billam Smith. I think I think that
in the UK.
for me, there's only one outcome, but
Yeah.
I think it's his division, isn't it, to mop up.
Yeah.
If not, I'd like to see Opataya coming in against Breedis again. That was a cracking fight last time, and I think for me, Opataya would finish him this time. I think he learned a lot in that fight, and he's so ready for what's to come, really. Jam has jumped in and said, Maisie Rose Courtney, cracking fighter, great boxer as well. She's going to have a great year. As I say, a lot of these girls really impressed last year, and this year is going to be the step up, isn't it? Into
Emma
those
Dolan as well.
Emma Dolan, she beat my mate, but I'll
Yeah.
forgive her for that.
Great name.
Yeah, Emma Dolan. Yeah. Jam said Adam Azim. He's obviously got a big fight coming up as well. So, but that'll put him
Hope job.
put him up into a bigger position this year.
It's calling out
And maybe he
loads
won't
of
get,
stuff, isn't it?
maybe he won't clean his pants every time he knocks down a journeyman. Like, fuck's sake. You didn't
Yeah,
win a world title. Calm the fuck down, Adam.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, but it's disrespectful.
Mr. Arsenal podcast, evening all. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, big one for next year, which will stick back to the heavyweights. Sam, Joshua, big year for Anthony Joshua. He's now put himself back in a position where he's got big opportunities ahead of him here. You know, the
Can
heavyweight
I just
division.
jump in there on that? I think his biggest opportunity is the Wilder fight. I really don't think he can beat either of the two world title holders at the moment. So, you know, fighting Wilder for loads of money in Saudi Arabia is probably the best bet for Anthony Joshua, and he
I
will
think-
beat Wilder.
I think he beats Wilder personally.
Oh yeah, I think he will beat Wilder because, like
Yeah.
I said, he got his mojo back, and I see Steve Kim nicked that phrase of mine and he used it on his podcast. But yeah, I don't see him beating. Well, he definitely won't beat Usyk, and I don't think Fury could be a big fight for him. But Fury would beat him 7 days out of the week, 7 days a week.
See,
and days on
I'm not
Sunday.
so convinced.
Yeah, but that's because you love Anthony Joshua. But
No,
not
no,
because you
I don't.
love Jai Patai.
No, I don't love Anthony Joshua. I just believe that he
Oh yeah,
could.
you've moved on. You've moved on. You're like,
No,
I've
no,
got
no.
China.
I've never been a kiss ass of Joshua. I've just been one of those people where I believe in his ability, and I think he could do it. I don't think Fury's as people really hype up Fury, and actually there is flaws to his game. So
Fury
Let's
and
see.
Usyk both beat AJ. There's no doubt about it.
Del Boy, Sam, you let me down. Del Boy Gunner TV says, "Big up, lads." Hakan Hansen, thank you very much. Yeah, I'd like to see Emma Dolan versus
Yeah.
Shannon Ryan.
That'd be a brilliant
Yeah,
fight.
great fight.
Guys, can you knock me out and I'll come back on the channel when I'm on the train, okay?
No worries. See you soon. Sorry.
I want to give my opinion. The people I am going watching 2024.
All right, then, mate. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, bye-bye.
So,
And he's off.
Ender's off. He's scoffing his McDonald's. Yeah, Emma Dolan's Shannon Ryan. Two girls that have got massive
For
futures
the
ahead of
British
them.
and Commonwealth, because they've added the British as well in the women's, haven't they? So Emma Dolan v Shannon, because Emma's got the Commonwealth. Correct me if I'm wrong, and hopefully the British as well. I would like to see that on a. I do believe Shannon Ryan's now with Matchroom. Didn't she swap
think
from
she went
boxing
over,
to
didn't she?
Matchroom?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight in my opinion. And again, I struggle to pick a winner.
See, it's not just me. Jai is going to be the best cruiserweight in the world in a short time, in my opinion. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. Mr. Arsenal podcast, just want to say, Sam, it's not too late to change to a better club. he's a git. Ashlane Fury, the biggest con man alive. I ain't saying nothing. Jam has also said, Emma Dolan, Sandy Ryan, hey, Ender, brother. Ender's already shot off.
Sandy
Chris.
Ryan v Emma Dolan, but Sandy's at level one. I don't think Dolan should just take a few more, maybe 1 or 2 fights, then go for a world title.
Do you know what though? I think, especially when we look at the women's divisions at the moment, there's so much potential, isn't there, Sam? For the fact that these girls can actually win these fights, and they can be in a world title fight 5-6 fights down the line. We looked at Nina Smith, didn't we? Went and got
Nina
the job
Hughes.
done. Sorry, she was called Nina Smith. Now she's Nina Hughes. She's gone and got the job done. World champion. She's sitting there. She's waiting for that opportunity.
Who do you think's next for her? Because it's been a bit. Gone a bit quiet.
She wants Mio Yoshida. That's the fight she wants. I spoke to her yesterday, and she said to me, "Yeah, that's the fight I want." We've got Shay Metcalf is also in the mix there as well. She's after a fight, so it could be a real interesting trio that are going to bounce around each other there. Jam saying, "Hey Hakan, I hope you're all well, matey. I was just going to put Emma Dolan versus Ryan and just seen your comments, so I deleted it." Emma Dolan versus Nicola Hopewell in Sheffield was a great fight. It was. And do you know what? It was a great fight for Nicola, because that made her realise that she is at that level and she needs to believe in herself and push herself. And she's waiting on fights. Chris has mentioned one that I was going to chat about, Caroline Dubois. Now, this girl, in the nicest terms, she's a beast. She will literally bang out whatever's there. She has very good technical ability.
Would you say the Serrano's fight's too early?
Yeah, I would. I think Serrano's the best out there at the moment. I know she lost to Taylor, didn't she?
Close fight.
But she is pushing the boundaries of women's boxing, and she's sort of standing up saying, "This is what's going to happen next. This is what we're going to go and do," and she'll be the one to do that.
Do you think we'll see Katie Taylor v Cameron 3 this year?
I hope so. Because I think we do need it. I think it's a cracker. Just quickly, Caroline Dubois is still no opponent for February 3rd. Yes, because no one wants to fight her, Hakan. That's why she's literally more of a beast than her brotro.
What do you think's next for Daniel anyway?
I like what you did there, Sam. Daniel, big year for Daniel next year.
Frank's talking about the AJ fight. Do you think maybe that, or?
For me, AJ beats Dubois all day long.
Yeah.
And would you want to feed Dubois into that at this moment in time when he's riding on that wave? I wouldn't. I would put him in against other guys that have got names. Yeah, Frank Sanchez wouldn't be a bad shout.
Be a good fight.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of fight. I wouldn't put him anywhere near Andy Ruiz.
Do you think Joe Joyce rematch maybe, or no?
That's the one that people are crying out for, aren't they? To be fair, because they're looking. I wouldn't mind seeing it again, but is it a fight that's really going to take him anywhere? He
would want to revenge it. Plus, Joe Joyce is sort of like he needs a sort of fight. If he beats the bike, then he's straight back in, isn't he?
Joe Joyce, age-wise as well, he could quickly become surplus to requirements, couldn't he? If he loses his next fight, Joe's gone, because it's sad to say, because I like Joe, but it's one of those where you think he needed that win against Zhang. He needed that, and he's now back at. He's got to rebuild again, and it's very hard to rebuild after that demolished job. I want to see, like, for example, another guy, Zhang. I'd love to see what Zhang's going to do this year.
Zhang Ruiz.
I think Zhang beats Ruiz. I think
that's harder to call.
He's a beast, though. He literally he broke down the guy that we
Should I
all
tell you
called
what fight
Terminator.
would actually? Should I tell you a fight that I don't think will happen? But imagine Prime Wilder v Zhang. Wouldn't that be a good fight?
It would have been, yeah. And I think that's the thing. It would have been the time if Wilder had beaten Parker, Wilder Zhang would have looked so beautiful.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's
Hello.
patched. So Ender's now gone from McDonald's and he's at the train station. This is just
Sam,
tram. Sorry, I'm not down with
going to the train station.
Jam is saying here, we're jumping back to Caroline Dubois, the better Dubois. Love sweet Caroline Dubois. Can't wait for her journey, but Amanda is a step too far for her now.
Amanda is levels above
But she
Caroline
ain't
Dubois.
far
Caroline
from
Dubois
that.
only fought. Well, she is. I'm afraid she is. She needs to get a decent British level opponent first. Fighting randomers for random titles no one's ever heard of might be all right for Pound Shop Eddie Hearn, Ben Shalom, but it's not good enough for boxing fans.
Yeah, no. Do I think she'll get up there? I think she will get up there in time.
Oh no, I'm not saying she won't get there.
yeah.
I think
That
I've
is
great
a
faith in
massive-
Caroline.
That's a massive jump.
But with Shane McGuigan, she is with the right person. But I'm just saying that she ain't what people think she is yet.
So here we go. Jam has jumped in. I'd like to see Dubois versus Joseph Parker. That wouldn't be a bad gut. Wouldn't be a
Yeah,
bad fight.
I'd like to see that too.
Chris, Parker versus Zhang is the most intriguing heavyweight fight at the moment. Parker knocked out by Joyce. Zhang knocked out Joyce twice. Let's see how Parker does Zhang. Fair dues. There's a lot of crossovers.
I think Parker's next or Zhang's next fight's likely to be Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is an interesting one. What do
on,
you
Sam.
think's next for Lawrence Okoli?
Sam, I know you like to think you're a frog there, but could you move your head down out of the way of the logo because your head's the
There you
logo
are.
now. Yeah, that's much better.
For me, what happens next? What's next for Lawrence Okoli?
McDonald's?
Ender just saw him in there.
He served me. He got my order wrong.
I genuinely don't know.
I think it's over for Okoli, really. I think he was a one-trick.
I don't know if it's over. I don't think
At
it's going to be
the world
at the
stage,
level.
sorry. At the world stage, it's over.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
sorry.
World level. I think it's a very tough. He would have to go into some big fights to get back the credit he had. And for me, after the performance against Billum Smith, he doesn't win any of those fights. Yeah, because I couldn't see Okoli getting anything out of Breedis. I couldn't see if Okoli can't get it out of Billum Smith. I don't think Billum Smith beats Breedis, in my opinion. But it's an interesting fight.
It's a bit of a sad downfall though for Okoli because he was when he won the world title and then he's just gone down, hasn't he? Like that. It's a shame because people were like, I used to like, I was hyping him up quite a lot. I predicted him to beat Billum Smith.
I did.
I thought one bad performance, when he fought light. I thought other than that, he's been good, but that light performance and that Billum Smith thing, and now his career's just gone just down, hasn't it?
Yeah. And there's been no talk. There's been no talk.
With all due respect to Chris Billum Smith, and I know Scottish Adam is a huge fan, but if Okoli can't put away Billum Smith, then no, he's not a good level.
Yeah. Well, Ash has jumped in and said Parker beat Zhang, in his opinion.
Okay, Ash is on the tonight.
And Jam, looking forward to seeing what Vidal Riley does this year too. Yeah,
I'd like to see him be Isaac Chamberlain.
Yeah,
Or Chev Clark.
Chev Clark's got work to do first, but I think we'll see on that one. Dalton Smith opponent for Sheffield on March 23rd.
I'd like to see the Azim fight. To be fair,
Well, is he fighting in February?
Yeah, he is. So that's not
He's
very
fighting in
good.
February. Here you go. Sam, here's one for you. I always felt Coley is heavyweight build. That's where I thought he was going. Can't stand up to that at the moment. He needs to go back to winning ways in cruiserweight division. I expect better from a Coley. I didn't expect him to be a hugger in Billam Smith fight. If you want to hug, go to a cuddle party in America.
Ooh, this is on fire.
Sounds like Chris has been to one. Jam, I like a
I've been
Coley.
to parties, but there was cuddling, but I don't think they're the ones.
No. We stay away from those parties. Sam's.
In Sitges is in Spain.
I think of Sam's age here. I
Oh,
like a
Sam, what
Coley.
age are you, Sam?
14.
Oh, fuck. No, back step. I
Yeah.
thought you were 16, Sam.
I like a Coley, but I'm sorry, he's boring to be honest. So I have no interest anymore. Well, that was cut straight.
Well, I agree with you, man.
Jam saying Opataya
Totally.
would massacre.
Jam, sorry, Jam.
Coley.
Oh, 100%. Every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
What about Dalton Smith v. McComb?
I think
I
that's a
like that
crack.
fight. That's a cracking fight. Good domestic fight. But anyway, who Enda's looking forward to in 2024 this year. Xander Zayas, I mean, the guy is just coming on so much. His man strength in his last fight was unbelievable. And then there's Abdul Mason. He is an absolute beast. If you haven't seen him fight, put his name into YouTube and you will be in for a treat. He is my prospect for 2024 because Zayas is beyond prospect now. Who else have I got? I think this year Alexander Usyk will become the undisputed world heavyweight champion. I think Tyson Fury will go and he will fight the Chinese Zhang in either Saudi Arabia or in China for lots of money. I think Joshua's only route to money is Wilder, even though Wilder lost. It's more money. It's a bigger money fight than fighting Parker, who wouldn't be a big deal in Saudi. Now, fair dues to Parker and all that. I mean, he should get the he should fight Usyk really. After Usyk wins, he could be his first defense. And Usyk will beat Parker, but that's probably what Parker should go next. Let me just bring it down a few. Cage Taylor, I think Cage has one last fight in hopefully Cork Park. I'd love it to be Serrano. If it's Cameron, I won't complain. Cameron and Taylor give us two great fights this year. And
I reckon it'd be Cameron.
Oh, it will. Serrano has kind of moved on, So she doesn't need Katie Taylor's retirement fight. But it'd be good for Cameron, it'd be good money for Cameron, and because if the two fights were so good, I think that trilogy would definitely do numbers in Croke Park if the Irish government and Eddie Hearn and everyone came to an agreement. But what else? Let me see. Andy Lee, he's gone from strength to trainer there. Joe Parker just shows his boxing brain. It's just brilliant. Who else are we throwing out there for going to be big in 20? Yeah, that's who I said, Chris. Abdullah Mason. That's who I said a few moments ago in my summary. Who else am I going to throw out here?
Sam, have you got a head off, mate?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Right. That's my roundup for now. I'm going to go now because I have to actually get on the train. But if you're still on, I'll come back on. Okay.
See you in a bit.
On. Bye.
Another one, Joe. Jordan Gill. I reckon he'll become world champion this year.
Ooh, that's a big pump. That is. As much as I love him, don't get me wrong.
Clip this. By this time next year, I'll be laughing at you all because Jordan Gill, trust me, it'll be world champion.
Sam, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it because he's a
not going to happen, Sam.
Well, there you go. End of spoken.
We'll see.
But yeah, Chris has even chucked this one out there. Tyson Fury versus John Jones, battle of the baddest two. Wouldn't surprise you though, would it? Would it surprise you, Sam? Let's be honest.
Wouldn't surprise me if he fights Chisora again.
Well, this is it. I think it's a big year. There's going to be a lot going on this year. There's some cracking names floating around. People that I was just giving a mention to. Obviously, Terence Crawford with a potential rematch with Spence. For me, it's another demolition job. Devin Haney, massive year for him as well. That guy just continues to impress me. I'm not going to lie. And I was never a massive fan
Of who?
Of Devin Haney. I just didn't. He wasn't a guy that really came up, but on my radar. But last year he really upped the stakes and got my attention. Cracking
so who next for him? Garcia or Shakur or Tank or?
Do you know what?
He's gone up.
Do you know what though? That's the beauty,
Garcia's
because
the
I
fight,
think
isn't
some of those are going to follow him. That's going to be the beauty.
Garcia, I think they'll fight.
Obviously, one of Ender's favourites in a way.
Yeah.
That's going to be an absolute.
What else is there to do? I mean, he's completed bantam. He's already pretty much completed super bantam, like he's destroyed Bolton and Tapolas. I mean, I can't see why he just can't keep just going up until we.
Do you know what though? I don't think there's a ceiling, isn't there? Like Canelo, there's a ceiling, and I think he's got to be. He's not going to be silly. I don't think he's going to be silly. He's going to find where he's at, and he's just going to operate at the highest level because he's got the brain for what he's doing. He's very clever.
I can't see a reason why he can't try and go up to featherweight and try fight Lopez.
But you've just got to be careful, haven't you? Because like we said, Canelo just took that step too far. Canelo's another guy. He needs a big year this year.
David Benavidez, that'd be a good fight.
There's as I say, Boots is another one who's going to have an active year. Chris is also saying Conor Benn versus the British Board of Control. That's going to be an ongoing fight, mate. Jam. Gil is a warrior, but not going to be a world champ this year. Maybe 2026. That's going to be knocking on, though, isn't it? But yeah, as I say, Beterbiev. There's that.
The winner of that needs to fight Bivol. There's no doubt about it.
Well, it's pretty much signed, Beterbiev and Bivol.
But we know what happened with AJ Wilder. That was going to be announced, and then that fell through. So Smith could upset.
Can I just come into the AJ Wilder? I don't think anyone with any brain in their head knew that AJ Wilder was going ahead. All that was selling the absolute pants fight that Eddie Hearn was delivered during the year. Bam Rodriguez is up to my number 2 pound for pound. He was an outstanding performance, Chris. That's an absolute shout.
Yeah. Bam Rodriguez, massive year. And it would be interesting as well this year. What does Sonny Edwards do? That's another fight.
Get out your fight.
Yafai would be a cracker. But
fight. The other one I'm thinking about is Roberto Ramirez, his comeback. But I presume that could be a rematch. A champion is entitled to a rematch. So I definitely should be watching that rematch very carefully.
Hakan, Callum Smith wins against Beterbiev.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think it's there. It's there for an upset.
Absolutely not. No,
it's not. It's there for an upset.
Callum Smith, I am sick of the Smith brothers after the abject performance that his brother put out against Chris Eubank Jr. I'm sorry, I'm over the Smiths. They were a decent rock band, but that's about it. When they're not being bankrolled by MTK, they're not quite as effective anymore. I hope Alfred Heavily decapitates them. I hope he beats them at 3.
No, I think Callum's a bit more wise to that. But we'll see.
Yeah, but,
it's an intriguing fight.
I put my money where my mouth is. I backed that to happen.
What, in 3 rounds?
Yes. The thing I said, yes, Sam.
But it'd be Evan 3.
What?
I don't think he'll beat him in 3. It could be late.
But that's all right. You're number 1, you're underage, so it doesn't affect you. And number 2, this is an opinion show, so that's yours, this is mine. We'll see who's right. Like the people who said, how can you not say it? Jai Bataille gonna beat him, that's very disrespectful. And then Jai Bataille decapitated him. Next.
You got to let that go. Jam has
No,
turned around
because
and
they're
said,
absolute dickheads and I haven't seen them since. So I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out.
don't worry about it.
You
Jam
keep
said,
up, Sam.
Bam, in a way, Haney, Boots Ennis, Zhang, Shakur Stevenson, the list goes on, but of course, should be a great year. I think it is a great year, to be fair. Hakan Johansson, I believe in Eddie Hearn, on Callum Smith. Beterbiev is aging,
Anyone who
but
believes the word already heard his mouth is an absolute fanboy at this stage. The boy, like,
to
he
be
doesn't
fair,
like
though,
shit bad.
I'm not being horrible, though. Beterbiev is aging. That's a fact, isn't it? You know, that's
So
a
is
fact.
Smith.
Yeah, but not like Beterbiev.
How?
Chris,
Why? Does he have special scouser powers or something?
oh, they're generally tougher breed, aren't they?
The
Same
ghost
Eddie
of
Hearn.
Cilla Black is going to enter him. Surprise, surprise!
Same Eddie Hearn, who said AJ versus Wilder for how many years now? This is
Exactly.
true.
All he was doing was selling fights, and he was
No,
selling fights in the promise of a better fight next.
Bivol is a beast, so slick. If Callum does Beterbiev, then it's over. Yeah, I think for me, Bivol beats both anyway.
Well, Bivol didn't exactly have a great performance there in Saudi Arabia.
I'd love to see Sandy Ryan versus Terry Harper.
They're not
Terry
the same weight,
Harper's
though, are they?
Terry Harper. I'd like to see her just have a great year. To be fair,
Yeah.
I didn't see. Have eyes in the back of my head. Yeah, you said sorry for walking so close to me. Move away. Move away.
Anyway, you right?
Yep.
Love Belter Harper. Hope she has a huge year. Yeah, it's all happening. I think Ender's going to be in the next fight in a minute in 2024. Chris, Ender audio is from the military. Copy over. Clarissa the Groat Shields should have an exciting year in the boxing ring and the cage, to be honest. Miss Serrano too in both. Do you know what? For me, Shields you probably won't see much more of now. She does what she does. I think that Franchon Dezern Cruz, she's going to have a cracking year. She's a great fighter. But yeah, as I say,
What about Liam Davis?
Liam, I don't know too much about Liam, to be fair. Ender's shot off. I don't know what he's up to. He's obviously trying to have tussles with people in the at the train station. But yeah, do you know what? I think there's cracking years. I was just interviewing Troy Williamson. Could be a big year for Troy. Troy
Louis
really
Green
needs
as
to
well,
get.
Sam Gilly.
Yeah, Troy needs to get back on the wagon and he needs to get going again.
Same with Louis Green as well. That he's going to be good as well.
Big year, right? This is my shout, Sam. You've had yours. My shout, Ajid Kabay. Could be very interesting year for Kabay. Yes. He absolutely upset the apple cart against Makhmudov. I didn't see that coming. I don't think anyone did. Cracking performance. And for me...
Those body shots.
Brutal. But that's how you chop down a tree, Sam. This is how it is. Always get off my seat watching Liam Davies. Electrifying. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking back over things. Lucas Brown is going to retire this year. That's one thing that he's already said. He's going to have one or two more fights and then he's done. Hats off to him, really. Could be an interesting year for Lyndon Arthur.
I was going to say, what do you think's next for him? Lerone Richards, that would be a good fight, in my opinion.
Put it this way. I don't think it didn't do him down at all in that fight. He went in against Bivol. He held himself really well. I thought he looked very good at times. So hats off to him. He's come out of that with higher credit. So what's the next shows you're attending? I'm hopefully, I can't really say too much because his fight hasn't been announced properly, but I'll let you know in due time. I'll let Sam know off air. Yeah, put it this way. It's going to be a great one for Ash Lane.
I think I know who. I think I
So,
might know who he's.
I
fighting,
can't say
but I'm not
anything.
gonna say.
Lucas Brown retiring. What a shame. Him and Miller in a sumo fight. Oh, blimey. The handbags are out. Miya Yoshida. I can't wait to see who she fights next. Massive respect to that woman.
Where do you think
Incredible.
Ebony goes from there?
OnlyFans. That's it for me.
What, you think she retires?
I think she just goes into having other. She's not world level. She picked up that belt and look at the opponent she had while having the belt, Sam. No disrespect to Ebony Bridges, and you only fight who's in front of you, don't you?
What,
Let's be honest.
Shannon? That Shannon person. I forgot her surname. Donnell or something.
Shannon O'Connell,
She's decent.
but she's not world level. She's not world level, Sam. Australian domestic. And do you know what? She's a great fighter. No, I've got full respect for Shannon. I've spoken to a really nice girl. But if you can't beat Ebony Bridges, you can't get world level. Ebony Bridges won that title against someone that didn't really have, she went in and got a belt. She hasn't really defended it since. She then went against Yoshida. No disrespect to Yoshida, but she beat Bridges when she was the complete underdog, and she got the job done. Fantastic performance. So, as I say, Nina Hughes is where it's at. I'd love to see Nina Hughes versus Yoshida.
Yeah.
What a cracking fight. Nina's a tough.
Courtney retired, do you know?
I don't know, mate. I don't know because
Let's
I haven't
talk
heard
about it.
anything. Definitely Franchon Cruz Dezern. Good show coming with Joel soon, hopefully. Yeah, waiting to get the email back. She's coming on. Looking forward to that
Who
one.
is?
Franchon. Benavides beats Canelo. That's why Canelo is ducking him. Woo-hoo-hoo! Do you know what? I'd love to see that fight. Love
Yeah,
it.
so would I.
Do you know what?
That's one of the fights.
I think Benavides.
I want this year, to be fair. That's one of the fights.
What about Jack Catterall? No one has mentioned him yet. Or Josh Taylor. Would love that rematch. Do you know what? For me, I think Josh wins a rematch. That's my opinion. I rate Taylor. A lot of people really slate him and have gone off him a bit. He spoke his mind.
Lost to Lopez, though, quite.
Yeah.
That was a good fight.
But Lopez, he's quality
What's your thoughts on
operator.
Azim calling Lopez out? That just sums it up.
Big fight we haven't mentioned, Sam.
What?
Dan Aziz versus Joshua Buatsi. That is a fight for me. Cracking
Winner's
fight.
got to fight Yard, in my opinion.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that fight. Jonas Mayer as well. Another cracking fight. There's some brilliant fights coming up. Dina Thorsland versus the winner of Hughes
She's
versus
underrated.
Yoshida. Quality. That would be great. I think we haven't seen the best of Nina Hughes yet. And although she's getting older, she hasn't got the wear and tear of having all that amateur background and all the rest of it. She's only, 6 fights in, Sam? And she's already a world title. So
Another fight I would like to see, again, like it's a rematch, but Reese Moult v Gary Cully.
yeah, great fight. Loved it. Looking forward to Sky Nicholson this year too, bro. And Nicola Hurricane Hopewell. Big years for both girls. Big years. Both went to fight 3 times. Bloody person. Do you know what though, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, like another Smith Baturbiev, delayed so many times. Smith hasn't fought in well over a year now. That could be his only downfall. Ebony is just an OnlyFans fighter who's in it for the clout. She'd sooner get paid than have a real fight. Or she could just, I don't know, hold the whiskey jar for Conor McGregor. Aziz has the momentum going into Buatsi fight despite the injury. Do you know what? I can't genuinely call that fight. I think it's a great fight. One of the best fights that's been put on for next year. Like to see Espinosa Ramirez rematch. Yeah, great fight that was as well. To see, if not Flashing Pan or Espinosa title defense versus someone else. Sky Nicholson versus Sarah Mahfoud should be announced soon. Sky Nicholson, she's a quality boxer. Very, very good. Good technically. Would be an awesome cracker between Canelo and Benavides. Yeah. Do you know what, Sam? We've known each other a little time now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And do you know what? I can genuinely say it's one of the first years that I am absolutely buzzing for the potential fights. Like, this is a massive year for boxing to really go on the map, isn't it?
100%.
You know, it's been through that phase of where we had the drug scandals and, you know, Dillian White. What's going to happen with Dillian White?
Still going in. Glowacki, did you see? He got tested positive.
Dillian White, though, what's he going to do? Age is against him now.
That's what we should have. I can't believe we haven't spoken about him yet. But yeah,
it's a bizarre
as
one.
AJ, did you see what AJ said? Was it the media day or whatever? Him and Miller should fight.
Oh dear.
What do you think? What about Otto Warlin? What do you think he'll do next?
I don't think it smashed his career. I don't think it did, to be fair, because I think he rose to the occasion in taking the fight. But we'll see what happens next with him. It's a tough one, really, I think. Yeah.
Think about 2022.
There's a few on that Saudi card that you could actually put Wallin against, to be fair.
Cannibal.
Like how would Wallin get on against someone like Makhmudov? How would Wallin get on against someone like Kabay?
Yeah,
they could be interesting fights, to be fair. But then what's in it for Kabay? He's going to want that step up now. He's been sat at the EBU European level, hasn't he? And he now wants that step up.
So, shocking how Hrgovic fights. I mean, loads of people on that Saudi card had big risks. And one fighter who I was not happy with the opponent was, no offense to Mark Damori, but Hrgovic. I mean, come on.
Do you know what? Now you mention it, right? I'll let you in. Hrgovic, right? The big thing is the path for AJ we were talking about yesterday.
Plus he got AJ. Shang.
AJ wants to be a free-time, doesn't he? He wants to be a free-time world champion. A lot of people are saying, take the Wilder in Saudi Arabia, get the payday. Because he'll beat Wilder.
That's a harder fight.
I think he beats Wilder, though. But then come back, beat Hrgovic or whoever's got the title. You're three-time world champion. You've beaten Wilder. You've put yourself in a massive position with the WBC. You've then got the IBF title. You can't be ignored by Fury or Usyk. You can't. You've put yourself in the perfect position. But like we say, we'll see what happens next. What about, Rihanna DeForo? Yeah, I spelled it slightly wrong, mate. But she's a cracking fighter. Really like her. She's going to come of age this year. She's going to keep fighting out, I think, in sort of Mexico, I think it is, out that area because of her age. She has to fight out in those areas at the moment. But yeah, she's going to come great. Hamza Shiraz versus Nathan Heaney will be made this year, in my opinion. Great fight.
In my opinion, Bentley beats Heaney in a rematch.
I'm intrigued by it again. I'd love to see it again. Special mention for my man Jamel Herring. Yeah, we love Jamel as he chases another world title. Whether he gets there, I'm not sure. But if any man deserves it, it's Mr. Herring. Who should he fight? Jordan
Gill.
Well, that's who he's called out, isn't he? He's called him out.
Anto Kakachi.
I would love to see Herring versus Gill. That if Gill wins that, massive credit for Gill. But at the same time, if Herring wins that puts him right back in the mix. So that's a real crossroads fight.
What's your thoughts on Kakachi?
Would you put him in against either of those guys?
No.
I love your honesty.
I don't really know what you can really say about Kakachi.
Wallin versus Wilder could be made before he fights AJ, just to make sure he's not a broken fighter. I think he's a broken fighter. I think psychologically, and now he's at peace with himself. I think he's lost the fire. I think he's lost the fire. But Sam, like I say, it's a massive year for boxing. There's so much going on, isn't there, mate? And yeah.
Another one that before we go, Pacheco.
Yeah. What do you reckon for him
year.
next?
I'm not sure on an opponent I would put him in there with next, but I think he's going to have a good year. Like a big breakout year.
Ishmael Davis, another one I just put out there.
Yes, yeah.
Ishmael, quality fighter. If you haven't seen him fight, he is well worth.
Watching VU and McKenzie, that was a cracker.
Yeah. As I say, there's some great fights. Ash Lane. I think Ash Lane's going to have a big year. Let's put it out there. Massive, massive potential for Ash Lane.
I'd like to see him fight Chris Bork.
Let's hope, mate. Let's hope. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, as I say, thank you very much for everyone in the comments. We could go on all evening. We can't, but let's know in the comments who else you're looking at as fighters to watch in 2024. Regis Prograis, those sort of guys. Where are they going to go next?
Richards is one to watch as well, to be fair.
We like old Spider. He's a cracking fighter. Doesn't duck anyone. You know, where does Michael Conlan go?
Yeah.
What are we going to see with the likes of the Harlem Eubanks?
And Warrington as well. Where does he go?
What Chris Eubank Jr.? Where are these? Joe Cordina, another big fighter out there.
I liked that Edwin. What was he called? Edwin Vasquez, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to see him in another big fight.
Yeah, it was a good fighter. Definitely, Sam. The Gill fight would be great. Yeah, you know, like we were just saying, we're going to end on this one just because we heard it. Troy Williamson versus Sam Eggington. What a dust up. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
In that way, I can literally say Troy, Gilly, Eggington. They're all.
I think that's the thing. Cheeseman. Where's Cheeseman?
I thought he was retired. Is he not?
Does a boxer retire?
What about Avanesian and Michael McKinson?
Michael McKinson's a good. I like Michael McKinson, but he's got to get the wind in his sails again, hasn't he? And he's got to get back in there. Sonny Edwards, hopefully in the UK and Sheffield after the summer.
Him v Galauya fight. I think that must be a fight people want to see. Because I'm not sure about you, but I want to see it.
Yeah, Chris, we were saying Vidal Riley year. It's going to be a big year for him. It's going to be a big year. And as I say, there's some cracking
Lewis Crocker v Felix. That was a good fight.
Yeah, that could see that again. That'd be a nice one to watch again. Yeah, I think
big year for Denny as well.
Crossroads for Liam Williams. I think, as we say, we won't go too much into descriptions and all the rest of it. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather potentially this year in Japan.
That's not a pro fight, though.
Apparently, it is.
Wait, it's a pro fight?
Apparently, it's going to be a pro. Yeah, they don't want an exhibition. Imagine that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a great fight. Like, of course, when they were in their prime, it was.
Imagine after all this time, Manny does him coming back.
But I think
Manny still looks incredible. He hasn't aged since he was about 16.
Plus, Manny's fault. I just can't. I don't like that fight. Wouldn't be great to watch. I just think.
Would you watch it though?
Would I watch it? But I say this to like fights. We paid for Fury v Chisora, and we watched that again, even though no one.
Well, you did.
Did you not watch it?
No. Because you just know the outcome of those. It was shocking. It
Do
was
you think Chisora
absolutely
will call
shocking.
it a day this year, or
Chisora's got to call it a day before he ends up getting
before
really
it
hurt.
gets? Mm.
Before he gets really hurt, and I genuinely mean that
He's had a
from a
good
guy.
career though.
Yeah, 100%. But know when to go out.
Yeah.
Because you've got a family. You know you've got other things outside of boxing. Go and do what you got to do and stay healthy. That's the main thing at the end of the day. We want to say for all fighters that this year fighters come through and they're okay. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest
what's
thing.
his name? There's another one, matchroom prospect, Andy. I forgot his name. Gomez, is it? Andy Cruz Gomez.
You're just going to chuck names at me now.
But do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think.
Yeah, he beat Straffen or whatever he's called. And then Maxi Hughes as well could have a big year.
And we will see Abdul Wahid coming out,
yeah.
which is also aka Gervonta Davis. So
yes,
we will see him in action as well. Do you know what though, Sam? We're going to wrap it.
Yeah.
You've been an absolute star. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Before I think of 20 more people to say.
Because it's going to happen. Stick them in the comments, people. Let us know your fighters to watch in 2024. Me and Sam are certainly excited. Ender's probably having a fight by the tram, but hopefully he wins that one and he gets a 1 on BoxRec. And yeah. Oh, look. Hakan said Andy Cruz from Cuba. What a fighter.
Yeah, that's who I was on about.
Sam, you can now sleep tonight, mate. You haven't got to worry about it. But Sam, honestly, it's lovely to have you back on, mate. You're an absolute star, and I really appreciate your time. We'll get you back on again soon. And yeah, good times ahead for boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to everyone in the comments as well. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content. There's tons of stuff going on. Yeah, Sam, I'm going to kick you off, mate. Before we do that, do you know what?
Hi, I'm Beck Connolly. You're watching Boxing Media Hub. Don't forget to subscribe.
If Beck Connolly says it, you've got to do it. Sam, thank you very much. Love to the family. Hit the subscribe button, people. Comments below for fighters to watch in 2024. Fights you're looking forward to in 2024. And we'll see you soon. Until next time, thank you, Sam. Have some of this.